Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, I just want to talk about something today I feel is very important for your overall satisfaction, happiness, and productivity in life. And it is kind of hard to do. It does take some guts. It does take some big steps, little steps, but it is definitely a big step in the right direction, I think. And that is just removing toxic, whatever the problem may be. I think it's important to realize if you got to recognize that they're toxic at first. Sometimes you can, when work situations, maybe you can't always remove toxic people, but when it comes to family members, friends, relationships, even if you're married, you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, and maybe hard to walk away. Relationships are very hard to walk away from. I've been in that situation myself before, but I definitely think it's important whenever possible, whenever you can, to remove toxic people from your life. It is hard. Like I said, I've been there, but when all said and done, I think you feel much better in the long run. And I just thought about this today. I think addictions tend to bring other people down. I know I hung around with a lot of people years ago that were alcoholics, and it kind of brought me down a little bit. I was doing a little too much drinking. I never got involved in drugs other than marijuana, but I never, even when I was younger, I didn't want to have anything to do with any other than marijuana. I don't even want to be around somebody smoking marijuana now, but I never was never hanging around with anybody that I had, to my knowledge, was doing hardcore drugs like that. But especially addiction, I don't want to have anything to do with anybody who has any kind of addiction, whether it be alcoholism or drug addiction, gambling, uh, anything like that. It's just, I think it's like it spreads like wildfire, like weeds, in a yard. I think it could definitely easily bring other people down. With people that have addictions tend to bring other people down with them. And the reason I thought about this is because I had to put a toxic friend from high school out of my life. I haven't seen him since high school, but I was talking to him on Facebook occasionally, and he does live in the Northwest area. And I guess the area he lives in, I knew he got back in high school. I thought he was over it now, but I guess he's still involved with it. Back in high school, he was involved with alcohol and smoking weed, and I thought he was over that now. But even I was talking to him, he can't hold a job. Yeah, he's just bouncing around from one job to the next for whatever reason. And he said, "Oh, I actually envy you, Jeff." He said, "I can't get through a work day or 8-hour work day without smoking weed or drinking or something like that." And that's pretty sad. And glad I'm in. Yeah, even when I was younger, I never wanted to work under the influence for the most part. I did some drinking on the job when I was in food service, but I didn't. I even stopped doing that when I was younger. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be in control because I felt like when I worked under the influence of alcohol, I didn't have as much control as I could have or wanted to. But yeah, the big straw that really broke the camel's back with me is you know, people. I think marijuana is like a gateway drug. Leads to other things. People deny that, but it definitely is. Just as this guy is an example, it definitely was true with him because he was doing, from what he told me, he was doing other things too. And I was like, whoa, like I didn't tell him anything. I don't talk to him anymore. I put him out of my life. I feel bad because he's a nice guy. He just has a drug problem, and of course he would deny it probably, but I didn't talk with him about it. Um, but what really broke the straw that really broke the camel's back is he admitted to me that he was doing. How many people have said that they just want to try a drug once just to see what it was like. Yeah, I guess the area he lives in, there's a big problem with meth use. And yeah, he told me that he smoked meth with somebody, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, do you know how bad that is? Do you know how addicting that is? How easily you can get hooked on that? And he told me, he's like, oh yeah, I realized the dangers of it. I just wanted to see what it was like. I just wanted to try it one time. I didn't tell him anything, but it's like, you know how many people say that they're just going to do a drug once, or they just want to try it out, and then they get hooked from the first time, they get addicted to it. And he said, yeah, it was just like smoking crack. And I'm like, oh my God, you smoke crack too. And yeah, it's really a shame. Was a pretty nice guy, but yeah, drug addiction was just bringing him down. I'm not sure what he's up to now. It was a few years ago. I haven't talked to him since, but even though I don't live around him, I just felt like he was kind of bringing me down. And it wasn't, there were other things too. It wasn't involving children. It wasn't an actual sex crime. It wasn't rape or anything like that, but he did engage in a sexual act with another person. I don't want to talk about it on video, but pretty disturbing. And I mean, it's kind of like, if that's what floats your boat, that's fine. But I found that pretty disturbing as well. It's like, I didn't really want to know about that. I don't know why he told me. He's like, oh yeah, I feel it just goes to show how much I trust you. He's like, even my best friend doesn't know about this. And I'm like, why are you telling me? But yeah, it can be really hard because family members, it's putting toxic people out of your life sometimes, even if they're your parents, your siblings, aunts and uncles, cousins. Sometimes you might have to put people like that out of your life. There's a lot of toxic things going on right now, especially, I'm not going to get involved with it, but we all know what's going on right now with politics. It's really dividing people. And that's a discussion that's, I think, better left and not discussed with anybody at any time. But yeah, friends, coworkers, sometimes you just gotta, to make it for your own overall well-being and mental health, sometimes you just gotta put people out of your life. And it's, like you said, it's a little step. It's a real big step in the long run. If you have to put a lot of people out of your life, but I think in the long run, you'll be, once you get over it, you'll definitely be much happier. I definitely am. Yeah, that's hard. Relationships are like that are definitely hard to walk away from. But I think in the long run, you'll see overall happiness, well-being, positivity, production will pay off. So, yeah, I've kind of been rambling on, but yeah, that's the message I want to get across. If you feel sometimes it's hard to identify if somebody is actually toxic, you got to identify that first. If you identify they are toxic, it's up to you. But yeah, my recommendation is just to put toxic people out of your life. Maybe give them a chance to change, and tell them you want them to change their ways. And if they don't change, then put them out of your life. So that's just my recommendation there. So comment, like, share, subscribe, and we'll talk to you all real soon with another great video. Have a great rest of your week, everybody, and talk to you all soon. Bye.